8. And I want you to understand simply the principle of weight 8. Experts say that if you wait for 5 or 10 seconds before responding to something that may irritate you, it will give you time enough to figure out either, number one, whether you need to say anything at all, or number two, the appropriate response. 8 is the number of, the experts say wait 5 to 10 seconds. I'm telling you to wait 8. First of all, it rhymes. So you can remember wait 8. When something upsets you, you just wait 8, wait 8, wait 8. Just remember wait 8 when something upsets you. And 8 is the number of new beginnings. After every 7 days, a new week begins. Brother Ivan knows that in music, after every 7 notes, a new scale begins. So 8, it is the number of new beginnings. And you need to sometimes have a new beginning in how a conversation or a situation is going. So you need to wait 8. You see, our responses, especially when they are harsh or mean, they either come from anger, hurt, or we're defensive. And they're tied into what's physiologically called our fight or flight response. When something comes at you, it upsets you, it angers you, you got to get defensive. The human body will start to pump adrenaline and all kind of hormones. It gets you tense, it gets you ready, it will shut down pain, and it oftentimes will even shut down rational thought because your blood will leave your brain and go to your muscles, so you are prepared to either fight or run. So you must learn how to wait 8. This is a brother point from Earl Wilson, who said simply this: if you wouldn't write it and sign it, don't say it. If you won't write it and sign it, don't say it. Wait 8. Now there are 4 levels of waiting 8. And the vast majority of our situations will fall into one of these 4 levels. Level 1 is wait 8 seconds. And this is when you're up against a situation, you got to have an immediate response. It's just like that man who said, "Go and get your water now. Go and get it. Hurry up." I needed to wait 8. And if I'd have waited 8, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008. I would have had a much better response than, "Man, you need more water." I'd have had a much better response if I had waited 8. So 8 seconds is the first level of some things when you need an immediate response. Sometimes you're in your car. Somebody cuts you off. You need to wait 8 instead of giving them the finger. And I'm not talking about a Holy Ghost point either. We'll sometimes say, "Brother, you need the word." See, some of you all, somebody cut you off, you all will point like this, but it's not this finger you're using. You need to wait 8. And oftentimes what happens when you will wait that 8 seconds, it will, number one, it will calm you down. Number two, the situation may have already passed by the time you wait 8. The car's gone. So if you wait 8, and number 3, you may realize that reacting actually makes no difference in the outcome other than upsetting both of you. Wait 8 seconds. This is another brother point. The easiest way to save face is to keep the lower half shut. Level 2, take 8 deep breaths. Now, it normally takes you about 45 to 60 seconds to take 8 deep breaths. And there are level 2 situations usually, and you'll need this when you're interacting with someone who's really close to you. And if you just stop before you utter some destructive, mean, hateful, harsh words, just take 8 deep breaths. You see, when you're in the fight or flight response mode, the the breathing increases, your rate of breathing increases, your blood pressure skyrockets. All of this stuff gets you ready. So if you stop and just take 8 deep breaths, it will start to lower your blood pressure, it'll lower your heart rate, it'll have your body getting back in line to where it's supposed to be. For those of you who've had children, before you fuss at them, wait 8. And you'll find that if you wait 8, you will cut your fussing down to your children to 10% of what it is. Because let me tell you something, people, I can guarantee you that man who was down at that Springs, he had some parents who weren't the nicest in the world, who fussed a whole lot. That stuff will transfer to your children. So wait 8 before you fuss at them. Just take a deep breath. 1, 2, and just by the time you get to that 8th breath, it will change. All arguments, for the most part, are rapid exchanges. Have you ever noticed that? What do you mean? I'll tell you something. What do you mean? They're all rapid exchanges. If you slow up the exchange, you will cut the intensity of the argument drastically. So wait 8. And while you're waiting 8, taking those 8 deep breaths, find the "you're absolutely right" statement. Now, what do you mean the "you're absolutely right" statement? See, every argument, there's some truth to what they're saying. There's something about which they're absolutely right. Just like the man at the Springs. When he said, "You got to wait because I'm down here first and I got to," you're absolutely right. If you start with "you're absolute," and see, no matter what, even with the 2 biggest areas of disagreement perhaps are politics and religion. In both sides, there are some points which they're absolutely right on. So if you can just tell the other person, "You're absolutely right." However, but if you put the "you're absolutely right" first, it will help to disarm them and it will help you to see some of their point and their side. That's the second level, 8 deep breaths. The third level, wait 8 hours. And this primarily applies to, see, right now, a lot of our interaction with people, it's not even in person, it's electronic. We're emailing, we're texting, we're calling them up. Wait 8 if you have a harsh response. Wait 8 hours before you hit the send button on that email. See, a lot of times we're doing a lot of sending, not SEND, SINNING. We're doing a lot of sending. We're just hitting the send button on the email. Some of us have written some real rough. Wait 8 before you send that email. Wait 8 hours. And sometimes you'll find after 8 hours and you go back and read that email, you say, "I don't really want to say all this." Wait 8 hours before you answer that text and SMS them back on the phone. Wait 8 hours before you send it. And oftentimes you will find that you'll end up deleting the stuff because after 8 hours you've cooled off and you view it in an entirely different light. The fourth level, wait 8 days. Some of the stuff that's really big, you need to wait 8 days before you make a decision on somebody. "I'm tired, I'm walking out." Wait 8 days. When you got I'm quitting this job, wait 8 days. So before you got to make some real major stuff, don't do it out of emotional rage and response. Don't do it out of the fight or flight syndrome. Wait 8 days on your big stuff. And often you'll find that you'll change simply by having patience and time and waiting 8. A brother point, waiting 8 may change your fate. Waiting 8 may change your fate. I can almost guarantee you that those who are listening to me right now, you will have a challenge within the next week, and you're going to need to wait 8. This will take you through the rest of your life and through so many situations in life. If you just wait 8, you'll change your fate. We thank you for joining us today at Brothers of the Word, because, brother, you need the Word. Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah. Brothers of the word, when the voice of God is heard, brothers of the word, there's a word from God for everyone. Brothers of the word, because brother, you need the word. Brothers of the word. Brothers of the word.